Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer is back at work after briefly being hospitalized today. Schumer's spokesperson says that he was taken to a Washington hospital out of an abundance of caution to be treated for dehydration. The 74-year-old was at the Senate gym when he reportedly felt lightheaded and went to the hospital. He returned to the Capitol a short time later and reminds everyone to drink water and stay out of the heat.
He would say
no term limits and handcuffs. God dog it, term limits and the handcuffs, and we avoid this. Term limits and handcuffs. People are falling down, dehydrated, in wheelchairs. I ain't lying to you. You know, people falling down, scraping their knees, their faces up. I tell you, it's a bunch of criminal organization going on. People with their hands in the cookie jar. People are handcuffs and term limits. People don't know what's going on. They can't get their sentences out. They having strokes live on TV in front of everybody. I'm telling you, granddaddy and grandma down there, give them a break. They need to be let them live the rest of their life. People are down there enriching themselves. I ain't lying to you. There need to be time limits. God dog it, time limits. Talking about he dehydrated. What? All right, Chuck. All right. We want to send our prayers for Chuck. They say he's okay now. We just keep winning. President Trump said it's going to be a hot summer. And they down there trying to get this thing passed before the 4th of July. I tell you. And we just keep winning as President Trump approval rating is soaring right now. He's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize, and it just gets worse for Democrats. And they had to rush Chuck Schumer to the hospital. He passed out. You know, they said they called him before they dropped the strike. You know, I wouldn't have called nobody. I wouldn't have called no. Obama didn't call nobody. Yeah, I wouldn't have called nobody, especially not Chuck. Keep Chuck out of it. I think it's that burger he put on the grill as well. That's still he got his system messed up. Yeah, it still got his system messed up. Term limits and handcuffs. Term limits and handcuffs, family. Roll that beautiful intro.
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. When you try to we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. It, like I say, look at this breaking news. It just gets worse and worse for Democrats. And they say, oh, Chuck Schumer then passed out, had to be rushed to the hospital. Says Senator Chuck Schumer taken to the hospital as D.C. struggles with Heatwave. Democrat senator now back at work after medical scare. Reminds public to drink water and stay cool. You know, Trump takes another massive win and approval rating is soaring right now. He's all of a sudden dehydrated and passes out. You know, because we just keep winning. You know, you just can't make this up. You just can't. This is all over the internet. Taken to the hospital, you know. I tell you, you know, maybe he ate one of those ate them hamburgers. I told you. What a disgrace. What a disgrace. Ate one of them hamburgers, Chuck. Don't know how to put a burger on how to cook a burger on the grill.
Chuck Schumer forced to delete this Father's Day pic he posted on X showing off his attempt to cook a cheeseburger on a grill. Old Chuck slapping a piece of cheese on a raw patty. Jesse, when you talk to your chef at home, how outraged was he?
Nothing makes sense about this. So if you look at the burner knobs, they're all off except the middle one. So that doesn't make sense. The dogs are already cooked, but the burgers are raw and there's cheese on there. And he has moobs. The whole thing is just distracting.
I think, Harold, the ongoing theory is he's trying to kill his family by getting them, serving them raw meat.
If Nicholas Kristof was here, he'd say his intentions were good, but the outcome didn't turn out.
Outcome
quite
is
right.
lousy.
I got something to say.
Sure.
Okay, first of all, what's a Democrat doing with a gas grill? That's number one.
That's what I thought the objection was going to be.
Janine was on point, man. I tell you. What is a Democrat doing with a gas grill?
The color of the patties looks really sick. And number three, cheese on meat in general is forbidden, especially cheese on uncooked meat. Okay? Chuck Schumer, he's Jewish.
Oh, there you go.
He's Jewish?
Shut up.
Martha,
What are you talking
why is it that every time a politician tries to act like a normal American, it shows how detached they are from being a normal American?
Well, he said that he lives in an apartment, and I think one of his daughter or his niece got an actual house outside of the city, and it was like the first time he'd ever grilled anything, I think. So
That's the second worst
first timer
topping.
error. Plus, were these hamburgers that were pre-made because it's better to just take the ground beef and make your own hamburger?
We don't have
Those
that
are
research,
pre-made
Martha.
in their
We don't have that research, Martha. I tell you, man, the 5 is something else. That was in June of 2024, not too long ago. But old Chuck, man, again, I know how we feel about these politicians, man, these filthy politicians, but we do want to send our prayers to old Chuck. We no matter what side you're on or how much we disagree with you, and don't maybe not like your side of politics, but you don't wish any harm towards anyone, and that's how it should always be. And I got friends that are Democrats. I got friends that are liberals. I'm cool with liberals. I'm cool with Democrats in my family, in my friends. We don't wish nothing bad, on no one. But old Chuck, man, I tell you, he done passed out. We just keep winning. We just keep winning. They said they reached out to you, Chuck. I wouldn't have reached out. I called you, sent you a note, nothing. I don't need no congressional approval to drop nothing. That's what my president did. Go and drop it. We get a tweet at 11 o'clock at night. Yeah. With congressional approval. Hell no. They gotta walk down there in Washington, down there in Congress, everywhere, and just put people in handcuffs. Term limits and handcuffs. Term limits and handcuffs. And then maybe we might avoid headlines like this. We might avoid people being rushed to the hospital if we have term limits and handcuffs. I'm just saying. Yeah. Look at this. Hopefully it doesn't give me an ad, and it did. I tell you, nobody wants your Cadillac right now, unless y'all giving them out for 75% off. All right, nobody wants your Cadillac right now.
View him favorably. In December of 2024, that was just a few months ago, it was 73%. Look at where that number has fallen to in just a few months. It is now down to just 52%. That is the lowest I could ever find in Siena College on how Democrats in Chuck Schumer's home state view him. And keep in mind, if you're thinking about a primary challenge, it would be a few years away. But Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's favorable rating among Democrats is considerably higher, in the 60s. So he is doing quite poorly in his own home state of New York. I never thought I'd see the day in which just 52% of New York Democrats would view Chuck Schumer favorably.
And it's worse than that. Y'all know how these polls are. It's even worse. And y'all see that mayor, that primary with that oh man, New York, good luck. They finna run everybody out of there. They say Eric Adams is our only hope. They finna run everybody out of there, boy. Oh my goodness.
It's almost unfathomable.
Yeah, I like the footnote, the tiny footnote here. I think it will look much bigger to the Schumer team this morning as they look at that. When you're talking about Chuck Schumer, why? Is there an answer to the question? Is there an answer to the question of why his ratings dropped?
Yeah, it's because they simply don't like the job he's doing as Senate leader. I mean, look at this. Should Schumer stay as Senate leader? Again, according to New York Democrats, just 50% say yes. Look at this number, 48%.
And mind you, this was in April, y'all. We are now in June. So I think it's way worse now. We are in June. This was in April.
Say no.
These
This
polls.
screams sirens should be going off. Primary challenge, primary challenge, primary challenge.
April. You know, that was in April, man. You just can't make it up. But, you know, we still wishing Chuck, well, you know, good recovery from his dehydration. I think he's okay now. They said he's okay. He's back. You know, but yeah, just dehydrated. You know, they say the heat wave down there in Washington. You know, President Trump got everybody blood pressure up. You know, he got everybody down there sweating, and we just keep winning. You know, and they hate to hear the breaking news that comes out, but it's beautiful because Trump's our president, and they got to, you know, suck it up whether they like it or not. Yeah, because the people spoke loud and clear, Chuck. The people voted for what's going on, you know? And they say, and now the new term is trust Trump. Trust Trump. They're trying to, he's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. I mean, man, you know? And for your party, Chuck, it's at an all-time low. It just gets worse and worse and worse for Democrats, you know?
Yesterday, Donald Trump, what's he talking about? Posts it right. Quick video time. You know you missed it. I am here to present it. Q4564. It's going to be a very hot summer. July 2nd, 2020. Yesterday, Donald Trump, what's he talking about? Posts it right, giving us a little wink and a nod for the number 17. To my friends in the Senate, lock yourself in a room if you must. Don't go home. Get the deal done this week. Senate. Today, posts at 3:10, talking about great Palestine senator crying Chuck Schumer. Basically, at the same time he posts that, Chuck Schumer is taken to the hospital for struggles with the heat wave. It's going to be a hot summer. Cute. We'll see you 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Absolute storm.
Oh, boy. You just can't make it up, man. But, again, man, lots going on. You know, lots going on, family. A lot of breaking news. We got more coming on the big, beautiful bill. The auto pen scandal. You know, this whole ceasefire. You know, President Trump. It's just a lot going on, family. So this is your one-stop shop to come on, have a good time with your boy. Let me know how you feeling. Come on here and express yourself. Leave a beautiful comment down below. How do you feel about how everything is going right now with President Trump's administration? How do you feel about Democrats? How do you feel? Let me know. How do you feel about also the new, you know, the primary down there in New York City? You know, it's a lot going on we got to get into on the channel. But one day at a time, family. One day at a time. Chuck is okay. He went to the hospital. He was dehydrated, passed out. We just keep winning, you know. Something might be a little fishy with that. Who knows? But they say they got him some water and he okay now. Let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. God bless you all. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace and love, family.